everybody, and welcome to this brand new series here at Holme Wold Farm. So the original plan was just to transfer the 2019 save game over to the 2022 version that I've got here, but I've decided to do something a little bit different. So I found this little area and I thought this would be ideal as a little contracting yard, and what I thought was we'd start off with one tractor, so one man and his tractor, and we would sort of build up from there, which means that we'd obviously have to pick and choose our contracts and pick and choose, because we would only be able to have small equipment and small tractors. So I thought it might be a little interesting thing, but the little bit different to this video is that I'm actually going to show you me setting this up. So it's not something I've genuinely ever seen on YouTube, and I thought it would be something a little bit different. So we've got 500 grand just under, and what we need to do is we need to go to here, because we do get quite a lot of starting equipment, and we need to sell it all off, and then we need to buy essentially a tractor, a harvester, and then some basic bits of kit. But we're not going to have a huge amount of money to do that with, and I just thought it would be a different type of video and something a bit new. As I say, as you all know, I'm relatively new to YouTube, and I'm just sort of trying out new things and seeing what works, what doesn't. You know, so as always, you know, let me know in the comments, and also, if you haven't already, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and hit them bells, or bell I suppose it is, just so as you get notified of more episodes and videos that I put up. As I say, I'm going to try and do things, you know, that don't normally get shown, and this is one of the, you know, setting up a save game. So right, that's all the equipment sold off. Now we need to go into the settings, and we need to set this up. So 15-minute autosave, which is fine. I do autosave just because, as you know from my Britain's videos, that I do get a lot of gremlins, and so therefore I do autosave. Seasonal growth, yes, 1 day, so we'll do 4 days. Each day then will represent 1 week of that month. Snow on, yeah, that's all good. Crop destruction off. Don't play with crop destruction. It just doesn't look good. And I don't tend to drive through fields anyway, so it doesn't never really apply to me anyway, because I have done sort of my own save games where I've left it on, and I've never sort of had any cause for that to sort of come into effect, because I sort of try and do things as much to real life as I can, so it doesn't really come in. Dirt off, stop go braking on. We're on hard, as you may have seen up here, so a lot of this will be turned off anyway. Tip anywhere, yeah, you need that one, you need that mod. That mod is awesome because it allows you to cut any grass anywhere. Now, not that I cheat and nick people's grass and silage it and make tons of money, I don't do that at all, but it's really handy for like doing things like when you want to sort of simulate mowing verges and stuff like that, because it allows you to cut any grass anywhere. It does, you know, you don't need to own the land, and so that's what I use it for, is like mowing verges and things like that. So, and maintenance costs, yeah, we leave them at 100%. That'll keep it nice and hard. Actually, we could just put them up, which means that it'll cost us even more money to keep our machines maintained. I think that's everything in there. I think that's everything along. Oh, we need some contracts. Is there any? Oh, no, there's no contracts. Ah, okay. Oh, hey, I've activated someone I didn't even mean to. Okay, yeah, fine. So we're going to need a tractor trailer and a harvester, and looks like there's going to be some fertilising. Again, we're not going to be doing sort of big fields because we won't have the equipment. But anyway, let's now go to the shop. As I say, it's not a case of unlimited money and we can go and spend what we like. We've got £2 million, so we've got a 4-metre drill here that requires 165 horsepower. So I think we'll buy that drill, just because I think I already know what tractor I'm going to be using, so that's cool. And then we go into here because there wasn't nothing else there that I wanted. No, that's just a bit too big for what we're going to be doing with first. So we go into tractors, go to medium tractors, so we're going to buy this tractor, which is just here. Make it 194 horsepower, put some mud guards on it just because that would look nice. We'll put some GPS on it just because we can. And the tyres are fine. We'll take them off. I'm really a fan of number plates. So yeah, that's our tractor. That's our tractor sorted. So we're going to be looking at sort of 4 to 5 metre width implements. Really, so we bought a drill. We're going to need a cultivator. That one will do very nicely. So yep, we're going to need a trailer and a harvester. That's what we said. We'll buy the kit as we sort of need it, but we just need the basics to get us going. We're probably going to need a. We'll go for that trailer. It's a good trailer. Yeah, we'll put a bit of deco on it. No, I don't like cover, so we won't have a cover. We'll make it darker just because. There we go. Keep there, yeah. And again, we'll take the number plate off because I just don't like them. Don't really add anything to the game, and they aesthetically doesn't always look that great. So we'll take them off and we'll buy that. So now we need to buy a harvester. Again, we'll keep it in keeping. We'll probably use a harvester I've never used before. Trouble is, there's so many that I've never used before. I thought I had a Dominator and probably didn't put it in then. Oh, there it is. So we could use that one. Or we could use one of these. Like I say, I try to go for stuff if I can that I don't normally use in this thingy, in this series. Right, we can go for up to 20 foot, which is 6 meters. That's 5.5. So, because these are big fields on this map, we'll go for a 6 meter one. So we'll buy that. Just fingers apparently. So yeah, we'll buy that. We'll obviously buy that. Oh, I've left the blooming. Oh, hang on. I bought the wrong one now, look. Oh dear. Go back to, is it that one that I had? No, that one. Did I not buy that? I could have swore I bought that. Go into here, that'll tell us. Yeah, I did. It's the 20-foot one. So if we go back to harvesters, that should work out this time. Now that we know which one we got. Oh, I can't remember which harvester it was we were looking at. Was it this one? Let's have a look. Yeah, it was that one, I think. Let's go back one. Yeah, it was that one. This is the 20-foot one. A cedar. Yeah, 20 foot. So we need that one. And then we go back one, and then we need to buy that combine. Let's have a look. What does this do to us? Okay, we'll go no. We'll go for a slightly longer pipe just because would a combine like that have GPS? I don't think it would. Apparently we can change. This is classic red, this is red restored. Okay, so we'll go for the classic. That's good. No license plate. Yep. That cost 103,000. So we've got a combine trailer, tractor. So it's just going to be a one-man band. But as we get bigger and we get more jobs and we get more equipment, we will obviously be then buying other tractors and then taking on or simulating the hiring of staff and doing that sort of growth that way. But I think that's everything we need for now. Although a fertilizer and a sprayer wouldn't go amiss. Also, was because we start with, actually we'll leave that. We'll go for a fertilizer spreader, but I would like an oldish one if there is one. Probably go for that one. There we are, and that's our equipment sorted. So now we come into here, into this mod, and we now go to set money, and we'll set it at 0. So that basically means then that we can't afford to hire anyone, so we will have to do everything ourselves. And right, we will remind ourselves of which field we were going. We got a fertilizing job as well, but we've got a harvesting job there as well. So I mean that's going to bring in 33 grand. So I mean, you know, we're not going to be doing too much. Right, we're going to go to field 75. So we need to so this is our little contracting yard anyway, as I was originally going to say. So we've got a little storage shed there, but we've also got two sort of silo shed, sort of silo sheds into storage sheds. That's the word I'm looking for. That we can put either machinery or crops in, and we've got this one as well. So we'll be able to build up, and then, as I say, as we get sort of going, then we'll be able to expand as well. We're going to need some fields. We do also get this bit of land out the back here, so this bit round here, and then round here there's a house somewhere. I promise you there is a house. There it is. There's a house, and we do also get that big shed there, which is the dairy and the big dairy field, and there is a field just over from the dairy that we also own. So this is what we get with the land, but we're nowhere near being able to operate all of this. So we've just not got to worry about it because we're nowhere near operating any of that. We're just going to be concentrating on that little bit there. Right, just this time and probably this time only, we are going to skip over to the vehicles, and did I not sell? I thought I sold the other one. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Alright, 1820, so it's that one that we need to get rid of. There we go. And then we need to go back to here to set money to 0. Yes. So, there we go. Right, let's crack on. So we've got this combining job to do quickly, and then we've got that fertilising job as well. As I say, we're not going to be doing a huge amount of contracts and stuff to sort of make ourselves rich really quickly. But obviously we are contractors, so we do need to pick and choose our. That's a bit close, I can't see. We do need to pick and choose our contracts though, because we don't want to be doing massive fields. Because obviously we've only got small equipment, and the fields on this map are pretty big. So, alright, best way to do this. I need to get this in position. I wouldn't normally use a combine to do this, but seeing as I was in it. So yeah, so never used this combine before. It's actually quite a nice little combine. I'm not a huge fan of case. As we go through, you'll kind of get to know that I'm not a huge fan of case things. The farm that I worked on, I've worked on 2 farms. One little family farm, we had a case Maxim, and it spent 99% of its working life in the workshop. It was not very good. And then on the second farm, they had a case Magnum, I think it was it the Magnum? Optimum. It was a case Optimum. I should know really, because I was the one that drove that for a couple of times. But why is that now not connecting? Ah, there we go. Alright, let's get the flasher on, and let's get ourselves to the field. And yeah, again, I need to remind myself where we're going. Yeah, going to field 75. Actually, I better look at where that is as well. Otherwise, we will be getting lost. 75 is there. We are there. Fine. It's going to be a bit of a trek, this one, but we will set off, and then what we'll do is we'll skip back, get the tractor and trailer, and then get that over there. Wow, this combine is very slow. But yeah, so hopefully the series, once it starts to sort of kind of get up and running, what the kind of sort of aim is for this series is to get it so that we are going to be farming with big equipment and sort of doing large scale British farming. There will be sort of slight elements of imagination in terms of doing grapes and that sort of thing, because obviously grapes are not widely popular in I think this is South Yorkshire, I think it is. They're not widely prevalent in that part of the world, but so there will be a little bit of sort of kind of creative freedom where we're doing grapes. But the idea is that the idea of this save game that I've got is to start, as I say, with a combine, a tractor, and sort of move up. And although we will get money sort of relatively quickly through this save game, because of the size of the fields, you know, we are going to have to be careful with what contracts we take on. We can't take on too many at once, because if we get to the end of the month, and we haven't completed all of the contracts, we will get penalised and fined per contract for that we haven't completed. So it's, you know, I'm sort of going to make it as hard as I can, but at the same time, everything on this map is really expensive. You know, the land, obviously the tractors are really expensive. You know, I'm hopefully going to be able to keep a strict kind of no leasing, so that we can't sort of, you know, sneakily move up into a few bigger contracts and obviously earn quite a bit more money. So I'm hoping that that's going to be a thing as well. And then yeah, like I say, we get into all the animals and just do really large scale farming, and just have a bit of fun. And I think it will be a nice contrast to Britain's, which is obviously us, us keeping to just the things that I have had through Britain's toys. And I've sort of started that, as you're probably aware, from 1986, from the Christmas of 1986. And although I'm not going to run it year by year as and when they came out, I'm just going to run them. I'm going to run it as a farm, and as we get money, we can upgrade and we can do, you know, different things. And so then other Britain's toys will come in. There'll probably be some Siku and Ertl and, you know, other sort of brands that come into that as well. It will be predominantly Britain's, because Britain's was what I predominantly, you know, sort of collected. I didn't really do the Britain stuff until I didn't really do the Siku and the Ertl and the Universal Hobby stuff until sort of probably into my 30s. Mainly because I couldn't afford them when I was, you know, but by the time I was sort of in my early 30s, I was working on the farm, you know, I was earning good money, and so I could start to afford to build a proper collection. And although I've sold the majority of my collection off now, I do have a few bits that I did keep, that I'll probably will never sell. There's just a few things that I do really like. Some are limited edition, some are special edition, so, you know, they're not widely available. I've got them from shows and stuff that I've been to, and some of them are just simply machinery that I've driven, you know, and that, you know, sort of in my mid-30s when I worked on the second farm, which was a big farm. It was 5,000 acres of owned land, and then anywhere up to, depending on sort of how they would work it, but usually you would see another 5,000 to 6,000 acres of hired land, sort of rented land and stuff like that. So we were very, very busy. We were all divided up into teams. There was a lot of us that worked the farm, and we were divided up into team. And I was on arable. I was on the arable side of it, and arable team 1. So it meant that we did all of the grains, and we also did potatoes and sugar beet. And then on arable 2, they would have done a lot of the pulses, so like beans, I can't think of all the things, but and then arable 2 also included a lot of like the veg crops, so it would have been like carrots, onions, Brussels sprouts, cauliflowers, lettuces, and stuff like that. And then you would have had then like the dairy team, and then because they had quite a big dairy as well. I worked there for about 6 years, and I couldn't tell you how big the dairy was in terms of head of cattle, but it was massive. And I never really got to go there all that much, because obviously, you know, farming sort of, you know, anywhere between sort of 5 to anywhere from 10 to 11,000 acres of land. you know, the vast majority of my job was ploughing. So depending on where I was ploughing, how much I was needing to get done. So I had two challenges. I had an MT765E for mainly ploughing, that one, and then I had an 875E for which was mainly drilling and stuff like that, and some of the sort of more heavier jobs and bigger jobs. So I used to do some mole ploughing with it, and stuff like that. But yeah, sort of two main challenges. And then I also had a John Deere 625R, and that was if I had to help out with carting or whatever. That would generally be what I would pull the grain carts and stuff on, and any other sort of trailer work that would need to be done. It had a 50k gearbox in it, and so I was able to also we had our own lorries on the farm, but sometimes if we were looking to sell a lot of grain quickly and we weren't sort of sending it too far, then we would use tractors as well as our lorries to deliver the grain so that we could sell vast amounts of grain quickly. And we'd have 18-ton Larrington or Bailey trailers on the tractors. Mine again was a Larrington because you were given your own equipment. And you also had to be fully trained to be able to do any job on Arable Team 1 or Arable Team 2. So it meant that, you know, I filled in, you know, potato planting and lettuce planting and, you know, stuff like that. But my sort of job description, or the reason why I was employed by them, was because of ploughing. The farm manager, Adrian, saw me ploughing one day for the farm that I worked for first, and he was coming by and he saw me ploughing. I was ploughing on a 6620 John Deere with a 5 for a dad's dwell that was bent, but I was still ploughing sort of pretty straight, and I was ploughing winter ploughing, so it was probably November, December time. And he was sat for ages on the end of the field, and then eventually he got out and he came across and sort of introduced himself, and he jumped on and sort of rode up and down and said, look, you know, we're looking for someone that kind of just wants to plough, or that, you know, we want someone to plough for most of the year. You know, would you be interested in, because obviously I've got my heart condition, which alright has got worse now, hence the reason why I can't work anymore. But at the time it was sort of, I could sit on a tractor all day and I'd sort of be able to manage, and I'd be able to get in and out and do what I needed to do, but I can't do that anymore. But and so you know, they basically doubled my money, my wages that I was earning the minimum wage on the first farm, and they, you know, sort of said, well, this is what you get, and you'll get your own equipment after your 3-month trial period. If we take you on, you'll get your own equipment. You know, there'll be a house involved. You know, you know, we'll provide a house, so you're living at the, you know, on the farm. And you know, that was rent free. So I mean, you know, me and my girlfriend sort of had it made, really. But yeah, so that was my main job, and that's what I kind of want to try and recreate on this farm, because now we've got the DeWolf and the premium expansion pack this year. You know, we can do sort of veg, we can do onions, carrots, you know, red beets on this farm and on this map. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to sort of set up so that we've got a proper organisation, and also as well, eventually, as I get... Oh, I thought this was the field that we were meant to be coming to. I think it might be the next one. Because if it's that one, someone's already beaten us to it, so I think it's the next one. But yeah, so it's after the farm, not before. So that's kind of what I want to recreate on this. I want to try and sort of, if I can, in a way, recreate the farm that I worked on. Obviously the fields are very different to what we farmed, and they're different shapes and that, so that that's not an accurate representation of that sort of thing, but of the actual farming practices and the sort of techniques and everything that we did. That's what I think my aim for this series is, and hopefully it will be interesting and enjoyable to watch, and to sort of see the business and the farm grow. I'm also hoping this week at some point, if it's not this week, it'll be next week, that I'm going to introduce the 1950s farming. I think this is where we need to be. That's a posh gate, isn't it? Oh, it was that end. I don't know why I thought it was that. Yeah, this is where we need to be. Yeah, these are chickpeas. Yeah. So, right. Will we get that header through there? No, we will not. We are going to have to tread on some crop, unfortunately. Because I don't really see where we can put this trailer. Where we can avoid that. So we'll turn out of the hedge before we get stuck in it. And we'll back this trailer into there, and then we'll call that it for the video, and then episode 2 will be us harvesting this field. The trailer's a little bit lively, I don't know what happened there. Oh, the combine was about to ride over the top. Actually, I'd be better off going in forwards, and I'll tell you the reason why, because if I can position that trailer in the right position, I might not need to tread on crop. Right, let's have a go. Let's have a go. The gate, that's bad as well. Yeah, we just about get through the gate. I hate gates on farming sim. They don't make them wide enough for the equipment. Right, hopefully. Try not to. Ooh, well, we've taken a row out there. That's not so good. But if we leave it like that. Oh, the hedges don't have. Oh no, of course. That's right. I'm remembering the edits that I've made to this map for this version. There is a version online if you want to play Holme Wold, but I have made quite a few edits to this map for my own sort of personal, pleasure. Right, shall we just give this combine a little go? We'll lift the reel up. Drop the reel down, turn the flashing lights off, and just see what happens. Not bad, not bad. So yeah, that's the aims and plans for the series. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you get to see more videos from this, but not only this one, the Britons series as well. And as I say, hopefully either by the end of this week to the beginning of next week there will be a 1950s farming series out too. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you ever so much. Bye for now.